Hi, good morning. I'm out here in our first high summer field. So this is the cosmos, zinnias, celosias, gomphrena, all those things that really like the heat of summer. They'll be ready for picking in about 2 weeks. I'm starting to see some of the first color out here, just those little center stems flowering. We'll come through and pinch a lot of those out so that we get long, tall side shoots. But I'm standing right in this section. I just wanted to show you some of the damage we had from the storms last week. Pretty tough week last week, starting in the 90s and bone dry. We didn't get any rain through all of that, and the beds got pretty scorched, and then many inches of pounding rain after that. So we're flooded in some areas. We lost a few crops. We lost most of our larkspur, some of our poppies. I think this cosmos, some of it got kind of pounded down, but I think we'll come through and make the first cuts, and they'll bounce back after that. So, you know, tough week on plants, tough week on farmers, but this week looks better. One of the things that a week like that does, especially when we get so much rain so fast, is that it set us behind. There was a lot of stuff we just couldn't get out in the field to do last week because of the weather, either for farmer safety in the 90-degree heat, or because the beds got flooded. Like, I still can't bring the tractor out into the field right now. We're too wet. So the weeds loved the rain, so they're going crazy, and so we have a lot of weeding to do. We couldn't get the tractor out in the field to transplant, so we have a lot of transplanting to catch up on this week. So crazy weather weeks like that, with extreme temperatures and extreme storms and things like that, really set us back in a lot of different ways. But this week looks nicer, and you know what? That's farming. Always happens somehow, some way during the season. Something crazy always happens. It keeps it interesting, you know. Anyway, that's what's happening in this field, and we're gonna go take a look over in the perennials. I'll show you what's going on there. So the echinacea are coming in the perennial section. I'm pretty excited about these. These were seeded 3 years ago, planted out 2 years ago, and we're just gonna get a really good crop in this year finally. So we'll start cutting these this week. They'll find their ways into mixed bouquets this week and up to the shop in bunches, and they're just really tall and gorgeous. They're like almost as tall as me right here. Behind them you can see our greenhouses and also the frame of the 4th greenhouse that we're about to build. And then if I turn around, we've mowed down a lot of these perennial beds, and there's some scabiosa and mountain mint and stuff on the other side of the grasses, some echinops and stuff that you can't see. This perennial section we're giving up, and we are moving our perennials to a new section of the field. They've been here since we moved here, so about 6 years now, and it just was time to divide some of the crops and time to give up others, and some of the beds had just been overtaken by some really noxious perennial weeds, burdock and stuff like that, and we're kind of tired of fighting it. So we're just going to move everything. So some of these we'll dig up and actually move. We'll use the undercutter on the tractor, lift them and move them, and others we're starting fresh plants from seed. So that's kind of what's happening in this section.